It's like a scientist of them.
Yeah, scientist of drums.
Pretty damn cool. All right, my name's Stan. Welcome back to the Drum Cave. I hope you've had a great week. I hope you've got outside, spent some good time with quality people, got in some pad work, and earned some quality downtime. Lots happening at this end. I won't bore you with the details, but I will fill you in. So this week I sent out the first email to my cohort for the 30-day Mastermind coaching program that's happening in April. So this is the 2-week lead up to what's going to be an intense and transformative journey. So in it, I basically laid out my expectations and the importance of bringing the right attitude to this. Everything needed for a truly valuable 30-day experience. I also included an incredible piece of audio that I've been using myself for many years, basically just to stay locked in and focused. And what audio do you say? Sorry, that's just for 30-day members only, and it's just one of many. Now, if you're interested in going on the waitlist for the next 30-day program, just send me an email at stan@masterminddrummer.com and I'll let you know when the next intake is announced. Groups are small and it's very much first in, first serve. I can't wait to kick this one off. Next up, I can finally share that I will be in the UK and Europe throughout July and August for a 7-week tour, back with the amazingly talented Natasha Bedingfield. I'm really looking forward to locking back in with Natasha's camp. We had such an awesome time over Christmas and New Year's, and I can't wait to do it all again on an even bigger scale.
At the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot hide. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibition. Feel that rain on your skin. Come on. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else, no one else. Speak up to the rise. Let yourself be comfortable in your life with eyes wide open. Today is time.
And what makes this even more special, from what I heard from her management, is that the entire team specifically requested if I could do this tour. That really means a lot. I mean, I know it's not very cost effective for them to bring me all the way from the other side of the world. So the fact that they're willing to make that happen makes me feel pretty fucking good. In other news, in 2 weeks' time, I will be holding a private masterclass for all the students of Toi or Homai Polytech locally here in the Bay of Plenty, where I will be diving very deep into what it takes to being a professional musician. We'll be covering everything in this. So increasing your value, your mindset, how to practice effectively and efficiently, building a brand, and how to level up personally and professionally. I'm looking forward to sharing insights that can help these students carve out sustainable and fulfilling careers in music. And this kind of works out perfect because in May and June, I am penciling in doing a nationwide tour for my next Mastermind Drummer Clinic tour. So last year, the Mastermind Clinic tour was about leveling up as a modern drummer, but this year the focus is going to be on increasing your value on and off the kit and the system, the exact system that I use to do this. So yeah, lots on, lots to keep me busy, lots to keep me focused and keep me moving forward. Now, on top of all that, as you may know, last week my Primus audition dropped.
Tasteful, powerful. He's very powerful player.
It's a hefty 20 minutes, it's fully produced, and honestly, it looks and sounds fantastic. I truly couldn't be prouder of how it all turned out. But, and this brings me to this week's video, let's talk about something bigger than the video itself, something more important. Let's talk specifically about the attitude that it takes to walk into an environment like that and put your best foot forward. I say that because from the moment that I sent the very first email to Primus all the way back in late November, in my mind, the gig was mine and no one could tell me otherwise. Now, let me make this clear. This is not because I believed that I was entitled to it, and not because I thought that I was better than anyone else auditioning for it. Trust me, just look at the list. But simply because that's the attitude that you need to bring into every opportunity. And this is actually how I approach everything that I do. It is mine until I'm told otherwise. And if you want to maximize your chances at landing an opportunity, big or small, you need to approach it the same way. Because, as they say, attitude is altitude. It's very true. The way that you approach an opportunity directly impacts the outcome. If you walk in half-hearted, unsure of yourself, waiting for permission to believe you belong, you've already lost. But step in with confidence, owning the space, prepared and ready to deliver, then you've already won, regardless of the outcome. And speaking of outcomes, on that note, Mr. John Hoffman got the gig. and I couldn't be happier for him. He's a fantastic drummer and completely Primus material. I've said this in previous newsletters and videos, the right person will get the gig. And he did. That's how these things work. But back to the start of this, before that decision was made, I had to believe that I was the guy. Because if I went into any of this with less than full conviction, I basically would have lost before I'd even entered the room. The truth is, confidence and conviction do not guarantee anything, but a lack of them guarantees failure for certain. You basically have to show up like the job is yours before it is. And that's exactly what I did. Now, I want to talk a little bit about my prep for this. Everyone prepares differently, and later I found out after talking to a few people, and once getting asked a bunch after the audition itself, that my prep was a little bit unorthodox compared to others. So here's what I did. I ran every single day listening to only live versions of the songs that we were asked to learn. Not the album versions, just the live versions, and not one specific era either. So live versions played by all three drummers if I could find them. This was deliberate because I wanted to learn the form from the live versions and the most common way they're played, and I didn't want to get locked into any one drummer's approach, hence the round robin of multiple live versions. This was crucial. Also, when I came into the studio, I never once jammed along to any Primus music. I know it sounds odd, but instead I would basically listen to a song, come in here, and then just jam on the feel of the song, but in a free-form sense, making sure that yes, it was locked in, but it felt natural and moved freely. The goal? To walk into the audition feeling like the songs were already mine, not to be a copy of anyone else, but to have them live in my own playing. This is good because it meant that I wasn't locked into any specific fills or licks, unless it was integral to the song. I could just flow with the music, read Les and Larry, and just go with it. So yeah, when I talked to others after the audition, they told me that their process was a little bit different. Most of them did exactly what you would think, so play along to the songs themselves, learning exact drum parts verbatim, essentially replicating what had already been done. Hearing those words from Les and Larry like, he's tight, he's powerful, he nailed the tunes, he's the scientist of drums, and my favourite, he's the closest hybrid of all three drummers, Jayski, Herb, and Brain. That meant a lot. And it reinforced something that I already knew. I did the work and I left nothing on the table. I didn't walk out and think, damn, I should have done more. I prepared in a way that helped me bring in my most natural way of playing. I stayed true to my approach, my process, and my instincts. And now that the video's out, it's very much a reflection of that process. I'm totally proud of it and I stand by it. So here's the big takeaway. Whatever opportunities come your way, approach them like they are already yours. Not in an arrogant way, not in a this is owed to me sort of way, but in a way that ensures you're going to bring your absolute best. It's simply about the attitude that you carry with you. Because as always, whether you get the gig or not, that's actually not up to you. But how you show up, that is. And that's actually really the only part that truly matters. Consistently show up at your best, remove all expectations, have the best attitude that you possibly can, and the right gigs and opportunities will land when and where they're supposed to. Oh, and I will add, so yes, John got the gig, we know that, and he's going to kill it. Well, actually, he already is. But you know, if they ever need a little extra firepower behind the kit, the Skull Crusher is cranked up, tuned to perfection, and is ready to go. Alright, let's leave it there this week. If you like what I'm doing here, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, you can head over to masterminddrummer.com where you can sign up for my free weekly newsletter where I touch on all of these topics, and you can also see the courses that I sell in the areas of interest that I have on the kit. What I want to leave you with now is an abridged highlight reel of all my favorite moments from the Primus audition. Enjoy. See ya.
It's like a scientist of them.
Yeah, scientist of drums. Stan Bicknell, I actually found Stan Bicknell online because after we realized we needed to find a drummer, both Lur and I just started diving into Instagrams and YouTubes and whatnot of various drummers, and he was one of the ones that really shone brighter than others. What's happening, man?
Oh, Mr. Les.
Ahoy.
Nice to meet you.
Germaphobe.
Great. There we go. Bones are clean.
How's it going, man?
Harry, how are you?
Good.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, man.
Thank you for having me.
Very precise.
Yeah, I played the double bass, nailed it pretty good.
Yeah, he nailed the tunes for
Yeah.
sure. All right, sound killer, man.
You guys are killer.
Thanks, man. And tasteful, powerful. He's very powerful player.
the email came through, and I actually didn't believe it, to be honest. Just the way it was worded, I just didn't quite believe it. I thought it was someone else messing with me. And then once I realised it was him, pretty damn satisfying. I could have just tapped out at the email.
He was very knowledgeable about all the nuances between the three drummers, which is great. All right, you want to play some Primus shit?
Yeah.
All right, Larry, it's all you.
Okay, everybody ready? Am I ready?
Because they're running this here town.
I think he was the closest thing to a combination of Brain and Herb and Jayski. And he was probably the most like Brain as anybody's been thus far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, he knew a lot of the nuances, stuff that he would tell me. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that.
Salmon Man or Duchess? What are you feeling?
It has to be Salmon Man.
Yeah.
It'd be rude not to.
Why?
Well, I mean, Duchess is an amazing song too, but Jay's writing on that is ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
His hi-hat work on that is probably some of the most beautiful hi-hat work I've heard.
Now Jimmy's hiding from the law. Jimmy watched as the bulk of the fleet sold the boats and moved away. But after the stroke, he promised to his father he'd do his best to stay.
Yeah, you got the feel, man.
Oh, thanks. That's all Jay, man.
Yeah, with old Jayski, he has a certain feel.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I think a germaphobe. It's not so much a germaphobe now.
Oh, I'd much rather hug somebody than fucking
Oh,
shake their
cool.
hand.
Dude. Yeah.
I know the horrible places my hands have been, so I can only imagine. He knows his shit.